an A-games formula.
3, 2, 1.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello. How's everybody doing? Everybody okay? It said Blue Bunny. Hello to everyone. Wa alaikum assalam, Matrix. I'm sorry that I'm so silent. Thank you, Jeb Vlogs. Thank you, Dee. So my job has me driving all over California, so I thought I would listen to the entire debate. Well, I shouldn't have. It was bonkers, unbelievable. These transistors have to be checked. And you know what? I agree 100%. And thank you so much, Dee, for kicking off the contributions. Oh, Nathan, you're in Rome. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Bella Rings. I'm okay, Ty. So, let's just sort of jump right into it. I kind of lost my timestamps, but we're gonna play it through. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna share my screen.
normalcy and just living.
What is the biggest issue then that feminism faces?
I think it's the mindset. Women taking like the agency, women taking initiative. I think it's mindset holding them back a lot, because if you want to be in a competitive world and compete, you have to have the right mindset. And I think a lot of people blame their lack of confidence or what society tells them for the reason that they're not achieving what they need to achieve, when that's not the case. You have to have the mindset of achieving, because the men who built the world had the mindset of building it. So the women who want to engage and build that further, they need to have that same mindset.
I don't think we do. I think that's like assuming that we all want to be capitalist babies.
Right.
I think that men are not well adjusted in the society, and women are not trying to re-embody what they have built for us. I think that like what we're forgetting is a very important detail, which is just like human respect and dignity.
Yeah,
and not asking people to prove what their experience is and to prove to you. Like, it is like such conservative thinking to say like, I don't understand, explain it to me, versus just saying, I don't understand and let me respect what you are saying.
I'm respecting
right?
wherever your starting point. I'm respecting that. I'm really respecting that. I'm saying that if you don't have the mindset you can even achieve it, you're never going to even try. So it's
But
never...
achieve what? Like, what are we talking about?
Achieve
Because I
a
feel like you've
fair
projected
world.
this like
No,
capitalist
achieve-
ideology on everyone.
You know, that mama stop it right here. And these are, you know, usually I write out a lot of stuff. These are actually my off the cuff. Thank you, G Money said love offering for the cookout. Thank you so much. Thank you, G Money. That means more to me today than you know. And thank you, Yikwaba. Thank you so much. Getting back to the video. What is they even talking about? The one on the end is just angry for no reason. Mad at the world. And that's why I said yesterday that I was going to give Bad Wig a little tiny piece of credit, because you can still hear the feminist in her. Hold on. Thank you, D-Boyification. Love you, KD. Love y'all. Don't start me, because I'm already like emotionally heightened. So I start crying. Now, I start crying today. Today is a cry day. So, first of all, don't nobody know what they talking about. Bad Wig said that you don't have the right mindset. Now she's talking about biology. She said the world that the men built for us, they had a certain mindset. If women want to do the same thing, you got to have the same mindset. Now, what is she talking about? That she might not even necessarily understand what she's saying. She do and she don't. But over here, we going to translate stuff into crimsonese. Okay? What she's saying is women don't have the same mindset, thinking, nature, energy that women have. Men who built the world, they did so, that desire to do so, that ability to do so came from his nature. It came from who he is. It came from their collective masculine energy to do that, to bring order to something that is chaotic. That is men's nature. Male nature dictates that they must bring order to chaos. Even if sometimes they have to create the chaos in order to bring the order to it. Create the problem in order to solve it. Men do that. Create a problem or look for a problem in order for the problem to be solved. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Men will look, and that's not always in a negative sense. Men will look for an issue to be solved. Men will look for things to do. They'll look for them because it's part of their nature. It's part of who they are. It keep them going. It wake them up in the morning. So a man, he may not necessarily produce a negative kind of chaos in order to deal with it, but he'll find, oh, that's an issue. This is where inventions come from. This is where inventions come from. It was perfectly fine when civilizations were at a point where their electricity could not be harnessed. We had to have fire to light our way and things of that nature. Fire is fine, right? But it can be unpredictable, things that you can't leave it unattended, all of that sort of thing. And you might need to be not vulnerable to wind or rain or all of that. So guess what men thought about? What if we had a light source that wasn't fire that we could just have and it can just like be on? You know, men thought of that. Hence, first, before we could get to a light bulb, we got to harness electricity. Electricity is all around, but it is unharnessed. How do we get this energy that's all around in the atmosphere to be focused so we can use it? Women did not think of that. Women did not think of that. Thank you, David. Said, it is what men do. We find ourselves not useful to you. We will find somewhere where we are. Exactly. And thank you so much. Men always want to do that. So what she was saying was, women don't have that same mindset. We don't have that same energy that the men have to have even built a world and a society where now women want to come in and they want to participate in it in the same way that men participate in it. And it's not possible. Not possible. That's what she really saying. She didn't say it's not possible. What she trying to say is it could be possible, but some women don't have the same right mindset, which is actually incorrect. And then you got hostile Harriet, bad attitude Betty. Oh, well, what are we really trying to do? And the conversation gets so off board that the other girl gonna be like, wait a minute, what are we talking about? What are we supposed to be talking about? Feminism, they done got all off into capitalism. Now, the lady on the end, Sydney, I'm going to point her out when we go back. She actually did a review of that because she was there. She said that was 4 hours of interview, debate, all of that cut down to 43 minutes. You see how they do? See how they do? And I'm not opposed to going on these platforms and like doing debates and stuff like that. But this is why I said what I said yesterday when I was saying Pearlie had to come out the gate like bam, 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 because everything you say got to be impactful. Because what they'll do is they'll try to avoid certain things you say, but if everything is hitting them in the head, they can't cut you completely out. They got to let something through. Just like I hit him in the head on the revolt When I said black women are doomed and blah, 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 when I was saying that stuff, it was said like that specifically to be impactful so that whatever cutting they do, can't cut that out. Can't cut that out. You gotta deal with that. First of all, it's gonna be controversial. Number two, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be clickbait. They're gonna be able to hopefully have it go viral or something like that. So you really gotta, but what you say, the impactful thing that you say has to be the truth, and it has to be something that is truly impactful to the people that's listening to it. Thank you so much, Phillips, and congrats on 87. I didn't even realize I hit 87. I'm riding this out to 100K. Come on, people. Help a brother. Yeah, help Philip. Philip get me every time I go up 1,000 subscribers. Philip hits me with the number. So when I was at 75, he gave me $75 and so forth and on. He always does it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Giddy. So I was just going to tell you about Sydney was cut tremendously. And I have not had an opportunity to watch Sydney's commentary of everything. So I'm definitely got to go back and like watch her commentary of it all. But we're going to go back and listen to what's said.
Woman. Achieve whatever it is you're looking for, equality, equity. But what I'm saying is women in the feminist space and a lot of these other spaces, we don't acknowledge that we have to take the initiative. We have to take the action. We have to have the mindset. We have to demand those things.
I don't understand how we're getting so off topic. This is about feminism today, whereas everybody wants to make this about their individual, here are all the multitude of other things that factor into my person. Great. This is about feminism. It's about womanhood. I understand that all of you have your own individual experiences and the other things that feed into you as a person. That's perfectly fine. But this is where intersectionality falls off the planet and loses, I would argue, probably the vast majority of people, including me. I'm not even a feminist. I don't give a crap about feminists arguing amongst themselves about who's the most victimized. But this is annoying to listen to. I honestly I don't understand anything anybody's even trying to get at.
Look, I just want to say that I don't think equity and this concept of competition can't coexist with each other. Equity is building more facilities for people who need them. It is recognizing that there are holes in the market and there's opportunities for women and feminine expansive people and meeting those opportunities. I think equity can buoy the pre-existing system that we live in a good way.
And this is where we're going to get to what I think the real feminist arguments are based off of policy. And abortion is the biggest one.
Now, before they get to abortion, because this is a big one, I'm going to come back to you because I want to comment on something that was said. Kudos to Sydney. And I was not aware of her prior to this panel. But kudos to Sydney, Miss Sydney. Okay? Because Sydney was like, I don't even know what y'all talking about. And because it was babble. It was hyena cackling. Okay? It was hyena cackling. They sitting up there. That's what she was listening to. And that's what she was confused at. Like, why are we listening to the hyena whoop down through the plains? Why? That's what she was listening to. That's why it boggles the mind. Any right-thinking lioness is bothered by hyena babble and foolishness. We bothered by stupidity. We are bothered by this. And this is why I was saying earlier this week, women don't know how they sound. Y'all think y'all sound intelligent. Y'all think y'all sound like y'all really getting something in, and you're not. You sound dumb. You sound like everything is in the air because everything is in the air. She don't know what's going on and she's sitting there. And they want to bring in all this other stuff. That's not feminism. You being disabled and not being able to do everything that everybody else is doing. And then you want society to completely like collapse in on itself to make you have the same exact type of life everybody else. And it doesn't work that way. There are millions of people, like I said yesterday, that are disabled in some kind of way. It's either mental or it is physical. Please be clear. I don't have jokes for disabled people. I never do. So this is not me being quick-witted with that. I'm being very serious. Thank you, G Money. Said this video is a prime example of why it's so dangerous to build with the modern woman mindset. All I keep hearing is me, 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 me. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, AP Beat. Said, what about isms? A vast gray area and overexpression of individuality is the cornerstone of feminism. Yes, and that's a perfect way to put that. An overexpression of individuality, as if there's no group, or as if your individuality does not affect the group, which is the very basis of culture. If everybody's individual biology is so different, we can't come together on a consensus about culture. Thank you, Mogul Maze. We're going to let them get into these baby deletions. I like I like that she said about the victimhood, because feminism is all about the biggest victim, because all the women was doing was being victims. That's all that they were doing. The one on the end with the colorful shirt, Hostile Harriet, she was the victim of everything. She was the victim of everything. The one that was disabled was the victim of everybody because she was disabled. And then she tried to make it out as if the panel was like, or specifically Pearl was trying to diminish or belittle her disability. We're not belittling it just because we're not hoisting it on a pedestal. Society has done and is doing everything that it can to address people with various disabilities. The physical ones are easier to address than the mental ones, because sometimes the mental ones are difficult to detect and they are difficult to deal with in a cultural way. But when you have a person that maybe is missing limbs or some other physical disability that they are dealing with, that tends to be a little bit easier to deal with. So we have wheelchairs for people who are not completely mobile. You might be completely immobile on your own, like this lady here, or you might be limited in it. You know, I have legs and all of that type of stuff, and I can walk but a little bit. I'm not able to really get around like that for whatever reason. So, you know, I have a chair and I have a lift and I have, you know, all of these different things and that will help me. This is why men invented prosthesis. Okay? As long as you have some portion of your arm, some portion of your leg, you know, if you choose, you can get a prosthesis. Thank you, John. Said if GMO sisters give a hyena call, these white women were doing a velociraptor call from. I need to find that sound. I really do. Because the sound is in my head, and that's what's funny. But let's go into what they're talking about.
One.
How many of you would identify as pro-choice? Let's do a show of hands for pro-choice.
I feel like pro-choice is pro-life, though. Yeah.
Okay, and folks who identify as pro-life? Why do you identify as each?
You've gone from legal, safe, rare to, yeah, I'm so proud, let me beatbox in front of the Planned Parenthood, yeah, I got murder on my mind. The fact that it's celebrated that murdering children, especially in late-term pregnancies, is celebrated, that people are so proud of themselves for mutilating a fetus is just, it blows my mind. And I don't think that you need to be pro-life to even take that stand.
You said late-term pregnancy.
Yes.
A lot of abortions do not happen
I made
in
the
late-term
distinction.
pregnancy.
I made the distinction
Right.
specifically because
Right.
lots of people still celebrate. There are people who, when the laws were passed actually here in New
Right.
York, they said, yes, great, yes, I love the
Right,
fact
but
that...
you need to ask about what are people celebrating.
Well, we know what they celebrating. Big Shirley. See, I'm glad, again, you know what? When I told you to go down, that's what I meant. Anyway, let me come back to y'all real quick. Kudos to Sydney again. It went from safe, an option, something that was on the table. Before I go to break, I'm going to tell you what the Islamic stance on that is. A baby deletion is not encouraged at all, nor is it celebrated at all. However, there are some certain circumstances whereby a mother may choose such an option. They are rare. One of the options is, of course, being the victim of some type of assault and you become impregnated. You are not encouraged to carry that child, okay, because of the way in which it was conceived, even energetically, spiritually, you are not encouraged to carry that to term, okay? Thank you, must take. I'm 70 years on the 14th, and 4 Ps really will help young black men from a military man. Peace, Katie. Thank you so much. And thank you, Cool Shaker. Thank you so much. The other option that a Muslim mother would have, that a baby deletion is even in the question or the equation at all, is that if carrying the pregnancy or carrying a child is a high percentage, she's not going to make it, or the child's not going to make it, right? It has to be a medical emergency, a medical documented, not just I think this is what's going on, but a medical situation where this might be the best option to preserve the mother's life. Okay? Got to be life-threatening. Okay? The other rare instance is if the child is known that they have some condition whereby if they are born, their quality of life will be so diminished that bringing them forth would actually be cruel if they could make it to term. Very rare instances that as a medical procedure, it could actually be done. It has to be approached from a medical standpoint. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? Put a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Gotta be from a medical standpoint, not I don't want the kid because I ain't ready. I made a mistake. I don't want the baby daddy. I'm trying to punish somebody. Retroactive birth control. Oh man, this messed up. See, those things, no. No. You don't get to have a baby deletion for that purpose. You don't get to have that. Just because you just want to. Not at all. Not at all. So it is very specific. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go on break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to listen to the rest of that, and then we're going to cook their responses. Okay? So after these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey y'all, Donnie Keith here, aka Auntie Peaches from the Aunties Radio Show, also on The Voice of Reason. I'm here to say that ever since my man started taking A game, he's been on top of his A game. What? When I say A game, I mean his A game. He's more focused. He's definitely working out more. His attitude is better. And he's not complaining of all over body aches due to poor blood circulation, because A-Game provides great blood circulation, if you know what I mean, ladies. That blood circulation. Sometimes I have to hide the A-Game in the bushes when I'm out walking the dog just because I want some sleep, if you know what I mean, ladies. Stay on top of your A-Game, fellas. Get your A-Game.
All right, y'all know what time it is. It's time for the A game. A game. A game. All right, okay. We got to get back on our A game. Sydney was kind of on her A game a little bit. I'm going to have to give kudos to Sydney for how she represented on that panel. But what we are trying to do is make sure that our men are on their A game at the best possible point of health that they can be. So what we've got here is a wonderful product, an all-natural product that supports a man's vitality, his energy, his strength, and his libido. And it does that through 21 carefully selected herbs that actually do that for a man's overall health. So if you want to become part of the A-Game family, all you got to do is hit the link at the top of the chat, agameherbal.com. And please don't forget your 10% discount using the code Kendra10. And you can have A-Game delivered to you ASAP. All right? And, y'all, bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button, bam, bam. You got to, because we got 360 awesome people, and we need the other 400 or so to hit the like button. So we're gonna get back to what they're talking about. Because this one about to say something stupid.
Right? They're celebrating access. We're not celebrating killing kids. Like, that's not what it is.
Well, so this is what I'm saying.
So, here's the thing. When we're talking about access to reproductive health and to abortion rights, right, and to being pro-choice, listen, that's your body, you do you.
No. The child is not your body. A zygote. A baby.
It's so scary for me to hear people calling guns the biggest equalizer for women, but taking their choices away from them at a policy level.
Why is that?
Having a gun is an equalizer.
It is.
Having rights is an equalizer.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's talk. I'm going to just pause real quick. I'm not going to come back to you right now. But I'm going to comment on what Big Shirley said in the back. We're celebrating access and we're celebrating, our reproductive rights and access to our rights. Nobody took women's reproductive rights. Women have 100% reproductive rights during pregnancy and afterwards. Whether they choose to terminate that pregnancy or whether they go through it all the way through and bring a child to term and to bear, they have complete reproductive rights to the point where the men don't have any say. The men can't say, have a baby. They can't say, don't have a baby. You can do that if this is what you want to do. And regardless of the circumstances that he's in, he has to agree with whatever you do because he can't legally stop you. So what on a policy level? We're going to whine about reproductive rights of all things that women want to whine about? The men are the ones that should have the biggest complaint because they have been cut out of the process biologically, culturally, and environmentally. The only part they have to play in the biological part is the sex. Culturally, it's acceptable for men to be cut out of everything beyond the point of becoming pregnant, the point of conception. Then she has 100% unilateral ability to make choices. This is culturally acceptable and this is environmentally backed by law.
Voice is
Right,
an equalizer.
just like a gun right.
And in this country,
41 forms
the
of birth
policies
control.
that are pushed
41.
to continue perpetuating patriarchy and anti-women, taking the autonomy away from women, it is heartbreaking to see women pushing that propaganda. It's all brainwash.
It's brainwashed because you don't agree with me.
No,
so
because
therefore
I've been
I'm
brainwashed. I have lived deeply institutionalized.
Ma'am,
I have lived under Islam. I'm not interested in.
Let me cut her off right there. Because she mad at being Muslim. She mad that she grew up Muslim. Listen, let me tell you something. Hostile Harriet. If you mad at the way that Middle Eastern men, wherever your family hail from, if you're mad at the way that they carry things culturally, go back and tell them. Don't come to America to be mad. Because America has never been a Muslim country. America has never been ran under any form of Islam or Shariat. So if you mad at the patriarchal stance of Islam, then you need to go on back to Iran or wherever your family from, and go over there and talk that mess and see what happened. See, you can't be on a panel over there talking. You on a panel over here talking. And I'm not saying that as a go back where you came from type situation. Listen, let me get back to y'all real quick. Thank you, AP Beats. Say, get them, sis. See, I'm not even coming from a go back to where your family came from, blah, 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 on, this is America. I'm not even on that tip. As everybody knows, I'm Muslim. I'm on the tip of, don't be trying to throw Islam under the bus because you mad. And, I've grown up deeply institutionalized because they told you had to put a hijab on to go to school. And you couldn't do what you wanted to do and slide with all kind of men and do all. They had strict cultural rules on you, didn't they? I know they did. And listen, I don't agree with every instance of the different cultures and the way in which countries that are predominantly Muslim carry everything, because it's not all necessarily based in Islam. A lot of that have a lot of their own cultural influence in it that they will mix with it or what have you. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Thank you, Celine. It's scary how believable some of these tea parties are. Exactly. So I don't necessarily agree with every, decree or instance or whatever. And I'm not over there. But at the same time, you hear little stuff and it's like, that's not quite how Islam got that set up. They kind of on their own time over there. But at the same time, you're completely free to say that stuff over here. I just had to say that real quick.
Any of that, like, there's no like
You're not
guilt
interested
for
in
me.
human-
No, I'm not interested in like
living,
thinking that like women are doing this really bad thing. Like in my religion, abortion is actually allowed. If the woman needs it, she's allowed, because it's very interesting how like fundamental America is. Like fundamentalist.
This is nothing to do with
like
even
deep
religion. This is very
conservative
basic
thinking.
scientific human rights.
We're also talking about people not having access to abortion clinics where they're doing the things themselves and they die, right? We're also talking about women in the hospital who are pregnant, who have chosen to stay with their pregnancy and have issues at hospitals, and hospitals that are like, oh, no, we don't do that. Listen, for whatever reason, you don't need to explain it to anybody, but a lot of times when we're talking about access to reproductive health, for me, I'm thinking about Black, Indigenous people of color, particularly thinking about access to reproductive and things themselves and they die, right? We're also talking about women in the hospital who are pregnant, who have chosen to stay with their pregnancy and have issues at hospitals, and hospitals that are like, oh, no, we don't do that. Listen.
Okay, quick quiz, Hot Shot. What the lady in the green got on? Is them stockings with a short set or like a romper? I'm sorry. This is supposed to be serious, but y'all are getting my real raw reaction. Hey, Darius. She got on stop. Okay. Let me back up. Because the thing that Big Shirley is talking about is stupid. No one is doing backdoor. No one is doing backdoor baby deletions. Okay? They not boots. It's not boots. Them look like stockings. You know how they have the shears, but it has like designs on them? That's what it looked like. She's got on stockings. Because I can kind of see the top of the stock. Oh, baby. Who told her to sit up front and wear that? Anyway, nobody is doing backdoor baby deletions, okay? That was an old school thing that women worried about. Old women. The coat hanger and all that. Ain't no 20-some-year-old about to let you approach her with a coat hanger, no way. You got me? So women are not doing that. Women are not, making themselves fall down the stairs in order to get, nobody's doing that. It has been a medical procedure and an option. And women can do that. They just don't want no restriction on how many times and all of that foolishness. They want to use it as a retroactive birth control. And that's what they want. They want to be. And Pearl gonna end up just saying that. You just want to slip around. Like this, y'all be trying to make it a different issue. But it's not a different issue. It's not a different issue. It's an issue about thought culture, and them baby deletions went up, skyrocketed, because y'all are out here sliding, getting pregnant, and then talking about some oops upside your head, and then going to get a deletion, and you don't want nobody to say, you don't want nobody to keep count, you don't want nobody to keep track, and then you want to
holler about it when you do want to have a baby. You want to holler about the condition of your reproductive system and how compromised it is and how many fibroids you got and how many this and that. What's wrong with your uterus? Because you had them coming in with a Hoover vacuum cleaner at least 4 times. It ain't in good condition now.
For whatever reason, you don't need to explain it to anybody, but a lot of times when we're talking about access to reproductive health, for me, I'm thinking about Black, Indigenous, people of color, particularly women and girls who are working class, who do not have even access to like proper sexual education. It's the oppressive state of saying, I will force you to have a child even against your own will, right? Especially when you're thinking about women and girls who
and I don't know what that trans gentleman is talking about. What he nodding for? Ain't had uterus the first. Have a period. I dare it. I dare you. Now let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Have a period. I'll wait. Tell me what it feel like to be ovulating. Cause you feel that. Over there nodding. You don't understand. Running around here getting these baby deletions when there are women who have struggled to have children. I'm one of them. I wanted kids so bad. And behind 4 miscarriages, I was no good. I ain't never been to a doctor's office to get nothing sucked out of me. And each one of them I grieved. How dare these chicks go willingly multiple times? It's not heavy, and that's what Sydney was trying to get at. It's not a heavy decision no more. It ain't a last resort. This is what I gotta do. My back is against the wall. Man, I'm reluctantly doing this. No, it's like, oh, you pregnant, girl, you better get a morning after, you better go down to Planned Parenthood, get it taken care of.
Would be forced to have these children who are already living in very traumatized and scarce situations. You want to ask about barriers? That's a barrier right there.
Women in poverty aren't able to access the way that rich women are, and no matter what happens, rich women are gonna keep getting abortions, and people in poverty are gonna not. And the choice, opening it up,
lies. Planned Parenthoods are where? Where are most of the Planned Parenthoods at? Again, that's a white woman problem. Because when poor white women want to delete a baby, they got to come to the hood to do so. Because Planned Parenthoods are in the hood. Where the poorest are. Where it would be more likely for a woman to say, let me get rid of it because I'm out here rolling around, but I ain't really got no way to take care of these kids.
Overruling is marginally affecting people of color, people in poverty, way more than people who are going to get access to those abortions.
Actually,
anyway.
Incorrect. You're the misquote. There's actually more abortions for people in poverty. It's just at a lower rate.
Why do you think that abortion?
She did not like that. Bad attitude, Betty. Did not like that. She looked at Pearl. Pearl could have melted at that look. Let me get back to these because I know I missed a super chat and it's my apologies. Thank you. Chanelica said, am I crazy or do some of these people seem, I'm so sorry. I lost it. I lost it. But thank you, Chanelica. I lost it. I couldn't read it. Finish reading it. And thank you, Stephen. Thank you so much. And thank you, Ahmed. I say you have the choice not to have unprotected sex or any sex, so your choices have not been taken. These broads are too much. Exactly. And thank you so much. And thank you, UFO, said Kendra delivers for us. Oh. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. But we gonna continue on.
Abortion has been so tied up in this feminism conversation.
It's all just social structure set up around bodies. So if not all women are able to have babies, but it's about the barriers and value that we give to these specific bodies, right? And so if abortion happens in a woman's body, that's why this conversation is coming up.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You said that not all women are able to have babies or pregnancies. Are you saying, meaning like an infertility issue?
A number of reasons. There's all kinds of reasons that not all women are having.
I don't like this little argument because this is the same argument the trans gentlemen like to use when we try to define women as women and define us by our biology and define us by, you know, and let me come back to y'all real quick because because we only have so long. We got about 5 minutes. This is the same argument that trans gentlemen like to use when women define themselves according to their own biology, and we bring up the fact that we are capable of pregnancy. And then they like to say, well, not all women can be pregnant, but all of us come equipped with it, though. Every woman in the world is not going to birth a child, just like every man in the world is not going to father a child. But he come equipped to do it. Even if he has some health issue that may make it more difficult for him to do so, he still came equipped. What did he come equipped with? He came equipped with a penis. He came equipped with testes. He came equipped with his vas deferens. He came equipped with his male reproductive organs. Females are the same. Every woman is not going to become pregnant. Every woman is not going to birth a child. But she came equipped with it. There's a uterus in there. There are ovaries in there. There's a cervix. There's a vaginal canal. Thank you, D. So I just got my EBT card reloaded. The LG Marge red thing made the visual unpalatable. Thank you so much, D. Thank you again, Ms. Chanelica. Am I crazy to do some of these women seem like strategically placed ops? I don't trust this panel. Pearl look like she trying to pick them out. Yeah, the panel is, anytime you got a bunch of gynocrats on a panel, they already the ops. The whole panel is the ops. Everybody that agree with that stupid stuff and foolishness is the ops. You see what I'm saying? So I definitely agree. Thank you, 39 Dina. Let me go back. But
I don't like that argument. We come equipped with it. We still come equipped, whether the equipment work well or not. And we still coming with that double X chromosome. So I don't even want to play with you. Every woman's breasts ain't gonna be big either, but we still have breasts. We still have mammary glands, whether they are large or small. And you, sir, still have a penis, no matter how many wigs you put on.
Babies.
Pearl, I saw your hand up. Yeah.
I think women want to sleep around and not have any consequence for it.
Hell yeah, we do.
Yeah! Yeah, instead of, you know, taking personal accountability and being on birth control, they just want to, like, do whatever they want.
Like, they blowing and putting their head down and all that kind of stuff, like Pearl is making them tired. She ought to be making you tired. Because what's happening here is that you don't really want to face that side of the coin. Let me actually come back to y'all because we're going to start wrapping this show up. They don't want to face that other side of the coin. The side that says, I do want us to sleep around. And they like, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. You do just want to do that and not have, because now they don't want to talk about birth control. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, y'all. I don't think this needs to be a part 3, although there's more to it. Do y'all want a part 3? Show of hands. 1 for yes, 2 for no. You want a part 3 to this, or you want me to move on to something else tomorrow? Thank you, Eugene. So Pearl was striking nerves on that panel. Thank you. We got a couple people that don't want it to go on tomorrow. Thank you again, John. So that one chick that screamed out, yeah, knows well, ain't no man checking for her. What is the trans gentleman that did that though? Most people want it to be a part 3. I'll see if it's worthy of a part 3. If it's worthy of a part 3, we'll have part 3. If not, we'll move on. We'll pivot to something else. And so I'm going to go back over it. I'm going to see if there's anything relevant or powerful that I can say behind it. And then if so, we'll do it again. And if not, we'll find something else powerful to say, right? Okay, so what I want to do is I want to thank everyone for their generous contributions today. I really appreciate it. Thank you, President Jafar. So they needed Miss Kendra on this panel to cook them. Yeah, they was going to edit me out, but see, they wasn't going to be able to, baby. They wasn't going to be able to edit me all the way out. You can't edit me out. They're going to be mad at me. But thank you for the sentiment. Thank you, everybody, for your generous contributions through Super Chat, through PayPal, and through Cash App. I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate everyone's participation and being patient with me because I was late today. I'm going to shore that up. So thank you so much. I'm going to have an update soon on the book. I'm going to soon have an update for you guys. And so we can start looking at a timeline on when we're going to start shipping this book. But if you want to pick up your copy of Reclaiming the Black Feminine, then go ahead and go to crimsoncure.com and pick up your copy of this book. It's going to change so many people's lives. So you can go ahead and do that. We are also holding Black Lives Matter accountable for their more than $100 million theft. I don't want people to forget that we have a 6-step initiative that we are actually doing in order to address that. And a main piece of that is the petition. So I'm asking people to simply go and sign the petition for us. And with that being said, I want to thank my executive team. I really want to thank them from the bottom of my heart. These people are precious to me. They are no Crimson without them, and I thank them sincerely. The charts, listen, y'all don't know. Y'all really don't know. But that executive team, baby, is killing the game. Okay, so with that being said, I want to thank everybody. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next